What's up, honey bear squad? Okay, so it's been a minute. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hi, y'all. Yeah, I really don't know what to say and why I haven't posted in a while, other than I was giving birth. Okay, and going through, the healing stage. Still in the healing stage. My stitches are absolutely bothering me right now, but we have a doctor's appointment to go to today, don't we? She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Anyway, yeah, so this is a new chapter, new journey, me taking everything seriously, and I hope you guys like it. This is me as a mom. So let's do our morning routine. She squeals and cries until I give her her milk. So let's do that. Y'all are gonna get ready with us and come with us to her first doctor's appointment where she gets her first shot. I'm not excited for that, but she needs it. I think I'm getting a shot today too. I'm not sure. I'm definitely getting a postpartum checkup today though, because it's time for one. And then I have another one scheduled next week with my OB. This is my primary care doctor. We have the same primary care doctor. But without further ado, let's get into this video, boo. Okay, so the first thing we start off in the morning with is her breakfast, which is her first feeding of the day. Right now, baby girl is drinking about 40 milliliters or 45 milliliters at once, so she is a hefty drinker.
No drama!
Okay, so next after feeding is a diaper change. I usually wait till after feeding her because she usually pees right after I feed her. And I give her a passy if she's extra fussy, even after drinking a little. Also, feeding her before I change her helps her to be more docile, because this girl will kick you and scream when you're changing her diaper. After her diaper change, I rub her down with some shea butter. After I rub her down, I swaddle her and she's ready for her first nap of the day. She usually goes to sleep after every bottle. So while she's napping, mommy's about to eat her breakfast that my lovely husband, freak all that boyfriend, my lovely husband made for me. Okay, that man won't let me do anything myself, which I appreciate.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
99.99% of the time. But anyway, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, watch my show while I eat my breakfast, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished breakfast. I just finished breakfast. Rhea is still sleeping. I have time to kill. I have about 30 minutes. Because our appointment isn't until 5. We don't have to leave the house until 4:30. So, and it's only 1:25. So I have about 30 minutes to kill. I think I'm gonna do some wedding planning. Yes, wedding planning. And after that, I'm gonna get myself ready. By the time I'm ready, it'll be time to get her ready, and then it'll be time to go. So I thought while I do my makeup, I should tell y'all about my birth story, which is not a long birth story, but this video is gonna be really short, so I guess it's just to elongate it. But yeah, so all through my pregnancy, the first trimester through the second trimester, didn't really have any symptoms. I could eat what I wanted to. Didn't really have morning sickness, like, at all. Wasn't aching or anything. Feet wasn't swelling. My face didn't change. Except for, I feel like my nose got a little wider. But when I look back at pictures, I'm like, maybe it didn't. Maybe it's just me nitpicking at myself. But yeah. But other than that, I wouldn't have known I was pregnant if I didn't take a test and I was continuously every month going to prenatal visits, if that makes sense. That's how good she was to me. The first and second trimester, let's get that straight. Just the first and second trimester. The third trimester, she started doing me dirty. Third trimester, as soon as it hit, what is it called? Acid reflux after every time I ate. Didn't matter what I was eating. After every time I ate. I could be drinking milk after reflux. Don't know why she was doing me so dirty. Then also, my body started aching and started having to, pee more. And my feet did start to swell a little tiny bit in the third trimester, but it wasn't noticeable. My boyfriend noticed, but I could notice it. And she moved a lot. What else? She moved a lot in the third trimester. The first and second trimester, it was, she didn't move that much. Well, I guess the first trimester you can't really feel it. Second trimester, she didn't move that much until the last week transitioning into the third trimester. That's when she started moving. And then third trimester, she was moving like every day. What else? She wouldn't let us see her face. Her face, literally, she would hide it every time on ultrasound. She would cover it up with her hands, her feet, or she would just turn and tuck herself inside my pelvic bone so we can see, which aggravated me because I wanted to see what she looked like before she got here. But she wanted it to be a surprise. Yeah, so she wouldn't let us see her face. She always hid it. Then she was doing good. I was in November, when was that? In December, I was diagnosed with a thickened heart on my left side. So they were concerned about me developing preeclampsia because of my blood pressure and how the blood circulates through my body and all of that. But I was like, I'm not gonna have preeclampsia. That's not something I'm worried about. Then my blood pressure was high in February, I think it was, and they had to monitor me. But the only reason it was high in February is because I was going through something, and I was really upset. And I told them that, and they were like, "Well, we just want to monitor you and check and see." I was like, "Okay, you can monitor me all you want, but it's gonna go back to normal, and I don't have preeclampsia." And God was like, "You don't have preeclampsia. What are y'all talking about?" So anyway, I didn't have preeclampsia. Okay, it was just concerning them. March, yeah, come the beginning of March, I was already talking about inducing me early because of the preeclampsia concern. But I was like, I'm fine. Y'all don't need to induce me early because I want her to be a Taurus. I don't want her to be an Aries because my mom's an Aries and my boyfriend's an Aries and my cousin's an Aries. We have too many Aries. We have too many fire signs. Period. We needed an Earth sign. But then this little chunk decided that on March, what was that? March 31st? No, March 30th or March 31st. Yeah, I told y'all she wasn't done. March 30th, I think it was. She wasn't moving. I didn't feel her move all day. And I was scared because I was like, why isn't she moving? I haven't felt her move, which is not like her. Usually she's a little jelly bean, like her dad, can't sit still. But I haven't felt her at all today, at all. So, they made me go to Portland, which is like a long ways away from where I live. And so I was ready to get on the road and get there to talk to them about her not moving. We get there, it's a long behind wait. There was hella pregnant women in the waiting office. It was more than 10 of us in there. Plus family members that was there, with them to support or whatever. So we finally get to the back. First thing they asked me to do was pee in a cup, obviously. Then next thing is an ultrasound to check on her. We go to the ultrasound to check on her. She's still not moving. She's breathing. Her heart rate is great. It was 157. That's great. But she was not moving. So the lady was like, "You're not pushing your stomach. Do what you gotta do, honey, because she didn't move." I don't like this not moving stuff. So the lady, she started kind of not pushing my stomach hard, but bouncing my stomach or whatever with the little ultrasound thingamajigger thingy that you can see, you used to see the baby with. And she was like, "Oh yeah, she's not moving, but I can see her heart beating, so that's a good thing." I'm like, "But why isn't my baby moving?" So she kept pushing her. I kid you not, it took this girl 30 to 45 minutes to move. And she only did 3 moves, and none of those were kicks. They were one was her moving her hand, the other was her wiggling a little bit, and then I forgot what the third one was, but none of them were kicks because I couldn't feel them. So that was not enough for me. It was enough for her to pass the test, and for them to potentially say, "Okay, well, she passed the test, so you can go home, everything looks great." Let's talk about an induction date later in the future in April. But that was not enough movement for me. So I expressed my concern to the doctor, always vouch for yourself. And she was just like, okay. She said, it's not normal for her not to move. I'm like, no. I said, I can't get the girl to be still normally. So no, this is not normal. So she was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do sheet today. And I was like, okay, cool. So we go to the hospital, they check me in and everything. And I had to wait for a room because there was a baby boom that happened the day before, which means a lot of pregnant women gave birth the day before. So there's a lot of women still, occupying the rooms or whatever until they can be moved to postpartum rooms. So I'm in triage. I think I was in triage for like 5 hours, 6 hours in the triage room. And then we finally got into a room and then they started the process. So I was progressing very, very slowly. They couldn't figure out why, because I was on Pitocin to help me progress, but I was just going slowly. I progressed from 1 to 2 centimeters, fairly a good pace, and I was stuck at 3 centimeters. I think I was stuck at 3 centimeters for the whole day actually, which was March 31st. I was stuck at 3 centimeters. Then by over in the morning on April 1st, I was 7 centimeters. And we thought, she might come today, which happens to be her father's birthday. April 1st is my boyfriend's birthday. We thought she was gonna come on his birthday, April 1st, but I was stuck at 7 centimeters. They stopped the Pitocin because they felt my uterus was getting overworked, and that's why I wasn't progressing like it should be. So they stopped the Pitocin. So now I'm stuck at 7 centimeters without Pitocin, so it's up to my body to do it itself. Cervical exams. Let's talk about that, because I was doing fine with the pain up until them cervical down exams. Who's telling these doctors they can stick their forearm up with JJ? And you'll be okay with it? Who's telling them that without any pain meds? Who's telling them that? Because I almost kicked my doc a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie to you, because that hurt. Everything else was fine. Like the pain of the contractions was fine. I found a way to cope with that. Yeah. But when they were doing cervical checks, that's another story. Them cervical checks. She's waking up. Mama, can I finish my edges before I get you? Please. She's like, I'm almost finished. They had to. So I was stuck at 7, but some time went by, and within that time they started up the Pitocin. Again, this is still April. Either this is still April 1st or this is over in the morning April 2nd. I told them, I think it was over in the morning April 2nd. I told them, I was like, look, y'all ain't going back up in me like that unless I have some epidural. Didn't want to get it, but that pain was really unbearable. I was crying, and it's like they didn't care. And they had to go in there multiple times because they had to put a catheter in there, and she kept moving, so they couldn't use the external contraction monitor and heartbeat monitor. They had to put an internal one in. So yeah, I was not, and I had to do all of that without pain meds. So I told them, you're not doing that again unless I have some type of medicine. And I had tried everything before I went to the epidural. I tried the laughing gas, and this loopy drug that makes you feel like you had a couple of drinks. I tried that. I like that one. The laughing gas is a freaking rip-off. Do not do the laughing gas because it didn't do nothing for me. It just made me feel sleepy and tired. So if it worked for you, it worked for you, but it did not work for me. So I was like, the next step would be epidural. Cried because I didn't want to get the epidural. I wanted to do it naturally, but the cervical exams had me effed up. So I cried, got my little feelings out the way, and then we did the epidural. Now the epidural, I was expecting it to hurt because people said that it hurts. They described it as a bee sting. It does not feel like a bee sting. What they're doing is they're putting some type of fluid inside your back first, against your spine, so it can create a pocket to pull your skin away from your spine a little bit, so they can stick the epidural tubing inside your back also. And it didn't feel like a bee sting. It felt like a hot iron being pressed up against your skin, but on the inside, if that makes sense. And then I felt him hit my bone a little bit with the tubing, and then as I stick it further down, it literally feels like a hot branding iron going down your back. And then what else? Then it felt like he was off center. It didn't feel like he was in the center of everything, because it felt like he was more to the right. But I was trying not to move, but I think he couldn't see that was the problem because I have big breasts. Ain't no little bird chest over here. Ain't no A cup over here. These are double, triple, double D's. More than double D's. They're actually J's. So I got 2 big Mac trucks on my chest. So I couldn't bend over like other girls could probably. And that's probably why he couldn't see. So partially my fault, partially his fault for not being like, well, actually I need you to turn more towards the light maybe so I can see better, because he didn't do that either. But anyway, yeah, so I couldn't bend over, so I don't think he could see properly. And yeah, I feel like he was more to the right. And I feel like that's true because while the epidural was coursing through me, my right side immediately left the building. I didn't have no right leg. It was gone. My left side was kind of tingly. Like she was having a little party, but she wasn't all the way gone yet. So they had to come and check it again. When they checked it, everything checked out great. Like I passed the test. So I don't know what happened there. I heard that sometimes epidural works for some people and sometimes it doesn't. But it definitely worked for me on my right side all the way. My left side was still iffy. So April 2nd, I was stuck at 7 centimeters until like late at night. They started the Pitocin again. Then they checked me, and I was 8 centimeters dilated. So they're like, oh my gosh, she could be coming. By this time, it was close to being over in the morning on April 3rd. So they're like, oh, she's almost here, so we gotta get ready, and blah, blah, blah. So I said, oh my gosh, cool, she's coming. Then they had to stop my Pitocin again because, let me backtrack. They broke my water when I was 3 centimeters, which I feel like was too early, but I was not gonna argue with the doctor, because she insisted that it wasn't. But I feel like I haven't seen anybody break anybody's water unless they were like past 5 centimeters. But anyway, so now that you know the information, going back to where I was, over in the morning, April 3rd, they checked my progression again. I'm not centimeters dilated, but there's a problem. I've contracted an infection. There we go. I contracted an infection because my water had been broke for more than 24 hours. And there's infection can set in after your water's been broke because basically there's no protection to your uterus or your baby. So I have this infection now, and they're like, well, since you're 9 centimeters dilated, but you're not progressing, you're progressing very slowly. We think about a cesarean. And I was like, okay, which doesn't scare me. I mean, I'm the type of woman that if you ask me would I kill for my child, yes, 10 times over, more than 10 times. I don't care, I would do anything for my child. If she wasn't even here yet, I would do anything for my students, and they're not my kids, so obviously I would do anything for my child. Anyway, they let me think about cesarean. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever you need to do, because I'm not about to lose my child. Especially if I'm coming this far and praying about her and finally getting her, I'm about to lose her. So they're like, okay, it's just a thought, we don't have to be serious about it. And I'm like, okay, girl, I don't care about that. I'm serious about it if we have to do it. So then she was like, I was letting everybody know, not even 10 minutes later, she comes back. Okay, so baby is slowing down in movement, and her heart rate is still good, so that's a plus sign. It's just she's showing signs that she has the infection, or the infection is trying to get to her. So we want to go ahead and do cesarean and get her out as soon as possible. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna explain to you what it is. And I'm like, in my head, I already know what it is. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm ready. And she was like, are you okay with this? Like, do you need time? I was like, no, let's do this thing. And I was like, I would do anything for my child. I just want her to be safe and be here and be okay. So if you gotta cut me open and do that, let's do it. She's like, I like that attitude. Not many people have that attitude. I was like, well, I know what you want me to tell you. I know what you want to do about it. So they prep me. They are taking me to the back. No, they prep me, and my boyfriend's like, go ahead and get dressed so I can walk with you there, because I want to leave your side. I want to be there with you every step of the way, no matter what. And I'm like, okay, cool. They come to get me. They tell him he has to stay in the room. We both look at each other like, huh? But at this point, we're not arguing with anybody, so he stays behind. Okay, so they took me to the back, made him stay in the room. They told me they would send somebody to go get him before we started. We get to the room, they're prepping me and everything. I'm going through the drugs. This is where things start to go left, okay? I was not told that the medicine they were giving me I don't even know what the medicine was for, but the medicine they gave me was gonna make me throw up. I'm laying on my back, mind you, okay? And I start throwing up. I thought I was gonna choke on my own vomit. So I started freaking out, and the anesthesiologist was just like, turn your head. So I turned my head, and then he had a little baggie there for me to throw up. But why couldn't y'all tell me, okay, this medicine I'm giving you is it might make you throw up, it might make you feel nauseous, just a heads up. Didn't say none of that. So I'm like, that's what caused me to panic for that slight little second. After that, I felt, he gave me something to help with the nausea, and I felt better. Then, I was like, okay, where's my boyfriend? I asked for my boyfriend Reed I asked for him like 7 times. Every time they told me, oh, they're gonna get him when it's time, or it's not time to get him yet, or one of the nurses told me, we're about to go get him in a minute. Tell me why they started cutting me open without him. So I say out loud verbally, don't start without him. They start anyway. So come to find out, after everything was done, he told me the reason why he was late getting there is because they took him to a different room, to a different lady who was giving birth, and she was like looking at him, and he was looking at her, and he was looking at the doctor like, this is not my wife. And then they were like, oh, this is not you. He was like, no, this ain't me. She's like, no, no. And he was like, that is a white baby. Do you see my complexion? That's nothing that has to do with me. My wife is getting cesarean. And then the nurse finally, one of I'm twisting my words because I'm getting upset a little. The anesthesiologist that gave him an epidural saw him and recognized him and was like, she's in the operating room. And so they finally take him to the operating room. Like I said, they've already cut me open at this point. I don't know how far they were, like which layer they were on, and to cut me open at this point, but they had already started. On the table, open at this point. They're ready to pull her out of me. Okay, so I'm gonna say the rest while I'm feeding her. Anyway, so where was I? So he finally gets in the room. Now that they already got me cut open. They finished the procedure, and he was telling me like, oh, they got her out, and then we didn't hear her cry for a little bit, and I was like, why didn't she make any noise? And then I heard one little and then he was like, there she goes, and I was like, that's not enough. Like, why did she make any noise? So finally we heard her cry, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. And they're like, she just needed a little bit waking up. She was tucked into your pelvis. We had to pull her out. And I'm like, she was what? Excuse me? They're like, she was in your pelvic bone. We had to maneuver her out of there. So she has a bruise on her chest, and she has a bruise on her shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh. And they're like, but she's okay now. She's so pretty. She's so beautiful. And I was like, okay, good. I kind of suspected she would be good looking because look at her parents. But yeah. So they were like, she's really pretty. She's amazing. And she has such big lips. And I was like, oh my gosh. So he would not leave my side. I was like, go check on her. Go look at her. He did not want to leave my side. He wanted to be with me the whole time. And I was like, go, please. I need you to, for me. So he finally went. And he was like, she's really pretty. And he took some pictures. The nurse asked for someone to take some pictures of him cutting the cord and everything like that. So we got some good pictures when she first arrived. She was born at 4:16 a.m. in the morning. She was a morning baby. So on April 3rd, the day before my mom's birthday. 2 days after her dad's. So she definitely made us wait for it. And she definitely made us wait to see her face. But I could not ask for a different story. I'm very happy and proud with what I have. And I have an amazing daughter. She's super adorable and so cute. So yeah, that's my birthday story. To some people it may seem traumatic and it may seem like it was a lot, but I've been through worse. And I was born to be a mom, so I was prepared to do anything and everything I had to do in order to become a mom. So yeah, that's how Miss Rhea was born. I guess let's get back into getting ready for this doctor visit. Okay, so it's time to get baby girl dressed. I should have took out the pacifier before I put her shirt on, but I didn't think about it. I made it over though. Super big on her right now, so I had to tie them I've been tying them since she was at the hospital because they're just super big for her, even though they're newborn to 3-month-old sizes. So yeah, but she'll grow into them. I'm not worried about that because she eats a lot. Are you ready for your first checkup? It's time for your checkup. Time for your checkup. Well, that's it for this video. I was gonna do a check-in after, but we're gonna go get some food, so I won't be doing that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, please share, because I'm trying to take this seriously, guys. And I'm a mother now. She's smiling at me. Her smile is so cute. But yeah, so if no one has told you today you matter, I love you, we love you, and you belong on this planet, on this earth, in this world. You are amazing. Thank you for being on this journey with me. And yeah, what's going on in this world right now, I don't know. As soon as she was born, I just got better things to think about, and I'm so happy. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.